So much to broadcast. Okay, so I went ahead and tweeted out that the stream is going to start in about 10 minutes, and that was about a minute ago. And I'm just going to start kind of the overview now. What this is for the new Necromancer class is it's a Deadset called it the anti-meta, which is supremely what I'm all about. I don't like typical builds. Like the typical Witch Doctor build was to do a Zuni's Guard build, and then you had like 1,000 sycophants or whatever coming out and doing insane amounts of damage. And it's true that the that Witch Doctor build works, but it was pretty standard. It was like everybody was doing it, and they were pushing greater rifts, high greater rifts, and I don't know. It just seemed like everybody had a build like that, and I was not really about that. So what we're gonna do is, I found this build. I purposely was looking for builds that weren't typical, and Deadset is really, really good about this kind of thing. And so, credit goes to Deadset for coming up with this build, finding out all the items, and pretty much the rotation. And I do have to change one of these out for something else. One of my skills. So I'm gonna go through. Sorry, I'm gonna go through the armor first. And keep in mind, I don't have everything for this build, and I have crappy gems because I spend all of my money on other things. I have a ton of money down there, but I ran out of resources and materials to keep upgrading gems. And so this build, it revolves around the Tragul set. I don't have all the pieces, and I don't even have, just the weapon and even the offhand. But it does revolve around the Tragul set, and let's just take a look. The Traguls, guys. So this set is built around blood. A blood build where it mitigates sacrifice for some things, and you can do the dash through stuff. And so the 2 set bonus is Blood Rush gains the effect of every rune, which helps for survivability, especially if you're dealing with large groups. The 4 set bonus is, while at full life, your healing from your skills is added to your maximum life for 45 seconds, up to 100% more. So you get double your life for 45 seconds. So I died a bunch because of my poor resource management with this build, but I think that's about to change. And then the 6 set bonus is your life spending abilities deal 3,300% increased damage, but cost twice as much, and your healing from your skills is increased by 100%. So that's like a negation. I don't know how the percents break out, but that's what it is. There are a couple new Necromancer items that you want in these slots. Like, apart from the Tragul set, you're gonna want this different. It's like a 2-handed scythe, and then there's a cool offhand now. I don't know. You're probably not gonna use it. It'll be something that you cube, and right now I don't have anything cubed. That's good. Oh, well, car was going around outside. It sounds broken. And these skills here are really important to the build, except for not command column. Where is it? There was one I don't need that I grabbed. Corpse Lance. Oh, it's one over here. So we're gonna change this out for Devour, and then I'm gonna talk about why. Also restores health. Cool. Okay, so this build, if you don't know, revolves around Corpse Lance, and Corpse Lance's ability where you use the corpses of enemies you've already beat to shoot bone spears out of it and cause major damage to enemies. And for the rune, you want Blood Lance, and you spend health to launch an additional lance, and I think this health is a lot. It's pretty significant. For this build, you want to run the Unity Ring, but since I just sped through my Necromancer, I don't even have a buddy to run with, a crusade or whatever. And then I'm running Decrepify, Crippling Curse, that reduces movement speed. So this will work for the Bane of the Trap gem. And Borrowed Time is cooldown reduction, all this stuff you can see. Land of the Dead. We're gonna see that in a sec. And I have penalty on there because I don't have the Bane of the Trapped yet on this, and so it heals you whenever you kill something. Command Golem, the Flesh Golem. There is a bracer. It's either a bracer or gloves that allow the golem to drop a corpse every 1 second, and then that'll play into the corpse lance. But you want a Flesh Golem, and it will basically turn into a pile of dead bodies. And then obviously Blood Rush. It doesn't matter, you don't need to pick a rune because of the set bonus. So let's go take a look. And I've been playing it really careful. Well, let's just do an F. Yeah, and this build works really well if you're just trying to solo because of the Unity ring.
Embrace your...
I'm not too sure how well it does in groups, but I'll show you. If you don't have any corpses, you can just use corpse lamp, and it'll work for that. And then you can just, if you run out of that, you can use your golem skill right there, and you can use the bone lances, or the corpse lances. And if things get really bad, you can use Land of the Dead, which is this. Well, it'll kill you from this. And it killed me.
I require a corpse for that. I'm afraid not.
And this is, since this whole thing is new still, I'm still like really trying to figure out
I need a corpse.
best rotation and things like that.
I'm afraid not.
Yeah, and that's what it looks like. And then you automatically get the golem back. You don't ever have to resummon him, so.
I'm afraid not. I require a corpse for that.
And then if there's no enemies around, you just eat these corpses, and then
that is not possible.
you will restore essence. You don't need a generator for that. Yeah, give me that.
That is not possible.
The Unity ring here will save you in a lot of different situations. Land of the Dead.
I'm afraid not. Consumes you.
So I can use it to heal up in between fights. That's the Devour move.
That is not possible.
And every enemy you kill obviously turns into potential for death. See right there?
That is not possible.
You use your golem to make just an insane amount more what do we call it? More corpses. And I wanted to get this thing out because this build is really great, and I don't want people to think that just because they have a Necromancer that they have to do a you know, a skeleton mage build or whatever. Like, your options are pretty vast. See, you can even prepare.
That is not possible.
And usually these guys, like, especially the bloated guys, have too much health to deal, like, any kind of real damage, and you can't turn it into a corpse right away. There it is. There it is. So. 5 for cooldown.
I cannot do that.
Oh, no. Look at that. Melting. And this thing works really well on bosses. Like, I can't emphasize that enough, how well it is on bosses. Because bosses are basic bullet sponges. Whoa, what is that? Oh, someone's killer. Look, prepare.
That needs to recharge.
Look at that. Look at that. You don't even have to worry about it. Don't even have to worry about it. Oh, go away. Go away. Look at that. That's red. Somebody told me all lasers are blue or whatever. That's not the case. That laser was red. And it's on the stream, so there's evidence.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, and corpse lance, like, the range of corpse lance is, you know, there'll be a corpse on like on another screen somewhere, and it'll just I don't know if they built it that way, but it will come out, and it'll be just ammo for later. It's crazy. Yeah, see that? Like it came from off screen to come hit this guy. And with being as under geared as I am, you'll see the damage numbers here. If we can find some more guys. I'm just walking through. This is just like a build over here.
I must have a camp see that.
And now 84 million? That's insane. And if you feel like you're constantly dying, you can use your blood rush. If you're unfamiliar with this move, you can use blood rush to go through enemies and it'll heal you for however many enemies you actually go through. Yeah, and for mobs especially, there's a lot of low-level mobs around. That's just basic ammo. That's ammo for doing massive amounts of damage. So let's decrepify him. And I think decrepified targets also do, they take double damage, I think? Oh, this is too many, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And look at that, 269 million? It's insane. The only thing is that you have to watch out for your health on this build, because it really will bite you in the butt if you're not paying attention.
I can't do that.
And look, I'm low on health, and I need a little bit more essence, just about to get all of it back. You can even devour your own corpse. It's disgusting to think about, but legitimately, like, that's what you gotta do sometimes, man. Sometimes Bear Grylls drinks his own tea.
That is not possible.
It is.
I cannot do that.
Circle. There you go. Get all the corpses from the guard. And just wreck shop. Everybody's done.
I must have radiance.
And so, Deadset did a really great thing here where he repurposed armor meant for a blood build. And look, yeah, with Land of the Dead, you can hold Devour and you can get all your essence and your life back. So that's cool. I totally just discovered that. Yeah, I want to run a lot of cooldown because I don't ever want to be out of Blood Rush. And I know sometimes like it'll happen, like you'll be out and you won't have any escape moves. And legitimately, like if you get all the gear that you need, you could run, or you can just walk through and allow your bones to just destroy everything.
I cannot do that.
I know I can't do that. There, look.
I cannot
It's
do
insane.
that.
This build is insane. And as soon as I can, I'm gonna get after this, I'm gonna go and get, you know, a little minion. I'm gonna get a companion, just like, you know, run the Unity ring like this build allows, and then that'll basically damage or have all the damage from all the corpse spears. Again, if you're watching the stream, excuse me, and you have any questions about the build, like why I chose it or like what's the deal, I'd be more than happy to answer any of those questions. Oh god.
I'm afraid not.
One day, got it. You're right. I'm just glad that Devour doesn't have a cooldown.
I cannot do that. corpse for that.
Look, you can just like constantly plan, like legitimately plan all this stuff.
No.
And the blood rush does go through walls, which is something I discovered recently. There you go.
No.
Here we go. Look at that, melted that elite. It's insane. Stuff like that doesn't normally happen. Yeah, so you can legitimately just walk through like a lot of stuff.
I cannot do that.
Cannot do that. If you're coming in late to the stream and you have any questions about the build, go ahead and post them. I'm monitoring chat via my phone. I really wish there was a more efficient way to do it, but
I cannot do that.
I just love seeing all the corpse gears flying all over the place.
I cannot do that.
Whitey in there. Yeah, 540 million on a build that like has less than optimal gear. And I don't know if you saw that, but there was a corpse lance that came from a screen. I think it's 2 screens away is the limit. So if you're 2 screens away, then you can't use that resource. But
I can bring that down.
what is this guy? Yeah, look, you just walk through wreck. Yeah, and you know, to be honest, I do like quirky builds. You know, I just don't feel like anybody should feel pinholed into a certain build just because it's the meta, you know. Oh shit.
No.
Man, I'm getting tired of that lightning ice cream.
That is not possible.
Yeah, I can cast I can cast corpse lines through the wall. That's awesome. Look at that. Eat them all up. Let's go. It's insane, like, to think that a build like this can come right out of the box.
I cannot.
And I'm sure that there's gonna be nerfing going on, especially with corpse explosion being as powerful as it is. But you know, just for now, it's like one of those things you kind of just want to enjoy. Man, this Necromancer takes forever.
That is not possible.
And mostly it's because I'm just messing around, but we're going to find a guy. Are you an elite youth or something?
I'm afraid not.
Okay. And you know, I'm not an expert by any means. I don't pretend to be. I don't think anybody really is an expert.
I cannot do that.
I just really, like, I'm at the point now in this game where I just enjoy it. Corpses, you want to
I cannot do that.
Look, we can even clear out that room over there. That's insane. Look at that. As long as we're monitoring our health, which I'm just terrible at.
I require a corpse for that.
Yep.
I cannot
No,
do that.
no. Jeez, man, these guys are everywhere.
I'm afraid not.
More cannons. Yeah, doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, I saw somebody. I think it was Riker. He was doing a like a review of the Necromancer build, and he was running a bone stone build. And I saw these corpse lances, and I knew that day that I wanted that build, not necessarily, you know, bone armor build, which seems viable.
I cannot do that.
But I don't know. that's also one of those things that kind of seem pretty typical to do a bone armor build, because I think the bone armor build also revolves around minions, and I just kind of wanted to get away from that stereotype.
That is not possible.
Look at that, survivability. You can just devour all the corpses and never die. And during that whole exchange, I was doing corpse plants, but I was also doing devour to restore my life while I was getting hit, because I was stunned and I couldn't get out of it.
That is not possible.
Really great damage combination. Look at that! Look at all that. I remember I gotta be careful too to like not eat the corpses that I'm trying to use.
I cannot do that.
I really think there's gonna be a nerf to Decrepify. You can spam Decrepify and get a lot. I don't know if it stacks, but you can get a ton of cooldown. So that your golem's always up, your your land of the dead is always up. Look. Go. Okay, I'm back to the beginning. I was hoping to see more mobs though. Oh, good idea.
That foe will die.
Uh-oh.
I cannot do that. The rift guardians arrive.
Uh-oh, losing me.
I'm afraid not.
There's some corpses over here. I found some.
No.
Watch them melt. Okay, I think that's it. I mean, there's not really too much to this build. A lot of it is health mitigation through Unity and some other stuff. But again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
That is not possible.
There you go. And as soon as I get all the gear, I'm going to do another review of this build. I just wanted to get this thing out there because I didn't want people to feel pinholed into just being stuck with skeletal mages or whatever. So if you have any questions, hit me up. If not, then enjoy the video. I'm gonna make another one later as a kind of like a time with the build thing, but it's like a second review. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.